Broadcasting from the Keep Moving Forward Creator Studio, it's time for the CrossFit Paragon podcast. Tune in each month as we spotlight one of our unbeatable athletes who have helped to make our box what it is today. Now, here's your host.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to this month's installment of the CrossFit Paragon Members Podcast. I'm your host, Katie Galley. In the Keep Moving Forward Creator Studio with me today, I have a key member of the Dark and Early crew, Leo Chuay. How are you doing, Leo?
I'm doing great, Katie. Thanks for having me.
Of course. Thanks so much for stopping by and kind of sharing with us about your fitness journey today.
My pleasure.
So, Leo, just to kind of kick us off, I wonder, how did you first get involved with the sport of CrossFit?
That's an interesting question because from my family, I think I was the last one to get involved in it. So my sister-in-law, she started doing CrossFit back in Brazil 6-7 years ago, and then her husband, he started doing CrossFit alongside with Jiu-Jitsu. So he's the one that introduced CrossFit to my wife, which started doing, and she thought it would be a great thing for me. Back then I was just going to regular gym, getting bored on gym. Sometimes I'll just go to the gym, park in front of it, look at it, and I'm just going to take a nap now. So she's like, I think it will be Leo is competitive. She thought it would be a good fit for me. So I came in.
Yeah.
It wasn't a love at first sight, like everybody, a lot of people tell. Mm-hmm. But it really grew on me as I started making friends and getting to know people over there. I think both combined together, getting fitter and getting people with the same goals as you in life in terms of fitness. It really helped me.
Yeah. And so, that's great. You have someone in your circle who thinks, hey, this person might really enjoy trying out CrossFit. So you had Renata, really show you the ropes and bring you in. So then was the first CrossFit box that you guys tried, was it Paragon, or did you start somewhere else and then come over to Paragon?
It was the first one. Yeah, it was the first one. I've been to a few other ones before, mainly out of state.
Yeah.
But yeah, Nate and the whole team of coaches are great, and it keeps getting better.
So when you first, when Renata brought you in and you said, it wasn't something that was love at first sight. It took a little bit of time for you to kind of fall in love with this sport and really just take to it. So how would you say that Paragon kind of helped you in that journey, helped you really enjoy CrossFit, getting to the gym every day, encourage you? Because you get up so early to get to the gym. What keeps you coming back specifically to Paragon?
Initially I wasn't going every day at 6 a.m. or now 5:30 a.m.
Yeah.
I was kind of in between 5:30 p.m. and 6 a.m. 5:30 p.m., which was good. Actually, I got to know people from both times in both classes, which it made me feel a little bit more involved in it. Because I feel like sometimes 6 a.m. Athletes only hang out with the 6 a.m. athletes, and then the 5:30 athletes only hang out with the afternoon athletes. So it kind of make me feel welcome in both scenarios. But the sense of community is really what made me keep going. Being accepted with my weaknesses, being accepted with my try to improve my strengths. The sense of community is really what kept me going, and today still it's really what kept me going to Paragon.
Yeah, and I think that's such an important part of, group fitness, but with CrossFit and at CrossFit Paragon in particular, it's that sense of community that you feel within the individual classes. But like you're saying, it kind of transcends it too. So if you see someone who typically takes an afternoon class, but they show up in the morning class or vice versa, they're still, no matter what, everybody's always welcomed, and it's that that really big sense of community where you know someone in all the classes, and you can always feel like you're gonna get a great workout in, but it's just the people that you're gonna meet, so they can and encourage you maybe when you don't feel like getting to the gym that day.
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes I feel like just going to socialize.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess there is a workout today.
With this sense of community that you found and just loving Paragon, something that keeps bringing you back, I wonder, is there a story that you can share from your time as a Paragon member that really showcases that for you? Why that reminder as to why you keep coming back?
There's an interesting thing that you often say as a coach is getting 1% better every day, right?
Yeah.
And I take that as a lesson, considering that when I started, I wasn't a Olympic lifter. I wasn't a CrossFit athlete. And today, still, I keep getting better every day in certain movements, such as gymnastics, Olympic weightlifting, several different movements that I keep getting better in, stuff that I couldn't do 2 months ago. Now I'm able to do it, So the sense of I still have something to get better at, or I still have something to learn that I need to learn and I want to learn. It's definitely, I'll say, my showcase story. That's what motivates me to keep coming back, and that's what I bring to everybody when I bring someone to CrossFit. So when I try to inspire someone to go to CrossFit and say, hey, I couldn't do this, and you cannot either. So why don't you try this?
Yeah. Absolutely.
So that's definitely my story of keep coming back.
With just the individuals that you meet and now you're kind of walking through life with at CrossFit Paragon, do you have an experience or something that happened maybe where you set a goal or you were trying to achieve something, or maybe somebody else was and you were kind of an accountability partner to that person, or they were an accountability partner to you that kind of helped you in pursuit of whatever it is you were trying to achieve?
Well, I think that coaches are a great inspiration for us, right? And also a few athletes in there. So, I mean, let's say, for example, rope climbs. Rope climb is at first it's not it's sort of a complex movement, right? Because there's so many moving parts. A lot of people use their arms. And just being able to accomplish that, I think that was the movement that I was the most proud so far to achieve. Because I struggled maybe for 6 months to do it.
Yeah.
I was using a lot of. First, I was a lot heavier. Second, I was using a lot of my arms, and that's not the way to go. So. Rope climbs, it's one of those tricky movements that I was very proud to achieve with inspiration of everybody. The coaches giving the right directions, especially Nate. So that's one that I remember. When I got up there, I was like, "Oh, that is so cool! I made it."
Yeah. But it's true, having that that sense of relief of, man, I actually did it. And all of the work that you put in, the time and effort and how long it took you to get to the top of that rope, but you did it. And so reflecting back on, the process that it took you to get there. And then again, being able to apply that discipline, apply that same process of what you took to get to the top of that rope in whatever, quote, real life, whatever you do outside of the gym. It's just, it applies to so many areas.
Right. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And your focus, right? I mean,
Right.
the focus end up being not only on the gym, but when you get a work activity, you're like, okay, I'm going to get this done, and I'm going to get this done in the most efficient way. So it really brings some discipline to your life as well.
Thank you all for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed this episode. Don't forget to follow us at CrossFitParagon.com, on Facebook, and on Instagram. Here at Paragon, we are so grateful for the incredible individuals who comprise our community and who allow us the opportunity to try and change the world for the better. One athlete, one workout at a time. See you next month.